sound, there's something really imaginative about the way that he answers questions.
Marshawn, can you describe the 79-yard touchdown run? Thanks, Rags. How about the stomach issues early in the game?
I appreciate your action on my stomach.
Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined. I think Marshawn Lynch is one of the most legendary characters in the history of the NFL because he did it his way. He had magical moments on the football field, and he took care of his people.
What are you doing for Christmas? Christmas? I mean, I got to get to Thanksgiving first. I'm going to give out turkeys back in the hood. I'm with you. You want to go? You will? I appreciate it, though, big dog. Hey, y'all. But I'm going to be in the hood giving out turkeys like me no around, baby. Like me no around. Trying to restore my community.
Refrigerator, Harry, my main man. If he can get us to the Super Bowl, nobody can.
The most colourful character that's ever taken the field in the NFL, William Refrigerator Perry. The physical presence of an absolute tank. I had never seen such a large man. He was about 315 pounds and a lovely gap-toothed smile.
You gotta remember, the Fridge had a music video. He had cheerleaders called the Fridgettes. The Fridge had a G.I. Joe action figure you could only get if you mailed in your proof of purchase and waited 6 weeks like some young white kids in the suburbs did. Me! The Fridge was a legend.
So refrigerator.
William the Refrigerator Perry was like a breath of fresh air to Chicago. And when they gave Perry the ball, then he scored that touchdown. I mean, I lost it.
Yes, William Perry has scored on a 1-yard touchdown run in the Super Bowl.
As a 6-year-old, I feel like I became a man at that moment. I was my birthday that day. I was blowing out the candles, and Fridge was just blowing through the Patriots. I'm getting nostalgic. I miss something.
People remember him almost as a circus jester. Real role model for me in terms of working hard, winning, which I don't do a lot of, but savouring every second and making great memories.
Yeah, and named after our favourite kitchen appliance.
He started training camp, and it was like almost like a death camp.
Well, act too slow getting in there. Man, understand. Way the hell back here, you never get to the hole.
Hey, it's supposed to be a hell of a defensive club. It didn't look like it to me. All the way down about 70 yards.
Everybody grabbing out there. Nobody tackling. Get grabbing, everybody. Grab. Nobody tackling.
The way to say things, it just fires you up.
What the hell's going on out here? For the love of Pete.
Coach, this city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
That's why you like the Raiders, man. Kidney State was up shooting pool and drinking at 2 o'clock in the morning before the game.
Mike, here we go.
Raiders.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Now Wentz. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
They play the New York Giants in New York.
Check 52.
And they start chanting LT.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll take a shot for the end zone. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And you get people to believe in you and enjoy what you're doing, they'll follow you. They'll always be a fan.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
There's no room for the meek at heart up here.
Here's your playoffs, so make some noise. Hope they can move real good.
It's no filter. Cowboys.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Just a piece of work, you know, where you're just like, what is going on in the check three. Anybody nervous? Anybody scary? It's just hanging around, which stands for not for long when you make the
Now a give right side. It's Carson, and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Very, very unique guy. He would leave tickets for celebrities that have passed away, like Elvis Presley or James Dean.
Here's the ticket. James Dean.
Okay, well, make sure you get
On 3rd down, Carson, and he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Well, I'm very happy, and at least for tonight, Ron's the president, but I'm the king.
Where do you start when you talk about John Riggins being a character? From his hairstyle to the way he played the game.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
53 from Mike. Watch the curve. Check 53 from Mike. Check 53 from Mike.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So quick-witted. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended the... Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate, and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and that's caught inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And this is caught at the 8. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got a guy that has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They run the counter. It's Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
On 3rd down, Carson, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it, but here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
He just wants to,
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Any coverage. 2-man, 55, other 2, man-to-man, I will give you my game set.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 45 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Wilson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
I asked you a trivia question before the game started. I still need that answer.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Buddy Davis, who was professional in Charlotte, got kind of charged from that.
Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He recognizes persona.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. That's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Wentz now on 1st down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Subversive for a little bit. They want you to cook the dinner. At least they ought to let you shop for some of the groceries.
Certainly Bill Parcells is a character in his way to endear himself to his team. He really defines
throwing his wins. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
All of it is still Parcells. And that you can tell based on the success how they go about doing it.
Alert.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
But he was you. And bigger than me. I think that's what made Parcells.
Here's Wilson to throw. It's caught. Block it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
It was funny because he never did it. I would have said something to Buddy, but he wouldn't stand on the field long enough. He put his big fat rear end into the...
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 7, Wilson is complete to Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
To throw is Wentz. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw is Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
That's it. Number 53. Mike 53. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Big stop, G. Big stop. Alert, alert. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. It's our time. It's our time. Check. Check.
They go play action now. Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, it's Carson, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That was some searing pain. You don't think that's...
The pain was temporary for the offense.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A gain of 6 there on first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They go read option with Wilson. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to bolt his way forward to the 48. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Carson. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson is going to fire, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Chance to salvage a playoff spot in a Week 15 game versus Kansas City.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Johnson. And he's got room. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. David Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And in 78, Jack Hardy gave me the opportunity to be starting quarterback, and things started out really well for us.
The over-the-hill gang was picked to roll down the hill. Instead, they reached
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Play out. 54, right there. 54. Four down.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. Now a desperation throw. It got his man complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for first down.
Mike, 53, Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to let it fly. This is caught. It's a big play there for Seattle. 58 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They run it with Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They should have been getting up to that great start.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Sanders. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Minnesota averaged 30 points a game on their way to a 6-0 start.
When the Vikings were 6-0, that was not a team playing off their heads. They were one of the top teams in the league.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
It wore you out during the course of the game. Practice was hard in the game. You start seeing guys laying down, beat down, guys started getting hurt.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Mike, 53.
Throwing now is Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 53. I'm on. Hey, watch it. Check 15, check 15. One left. Go.
Viking fans will never forget the game.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Now Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
6 guys. Undercut.
He's not the only guy we don't have space.
54-14. Check. One left. 54. Bring it.
Losing to poor teams out
One last shot for Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get.